What's up, guys? It's your boy Iceman. Let's talk about the Countess from American Horror Story. Elizabeth Johnson runs Hotel Cortez in American Horror Story, the season hotel. The Hotel Cortez was built by her ex-husband, James Patrick March. The Countess is a vampiric being that lives in the hotel. The show never really calls her a vampire, but she states that she has a mysterious blood disease. Throughout her time in the hotel, she's killed, tortured, and stalked like hella people. Even kidnapped kids, making them her vampiric children. In 1925, she started out as a young aspiring actress who got romantically involved with a man named Rudolph and his wife named Natasha. Soon, she learned that Rudy had died and she married James March. Still, she visited the man's tomb every day, leaving a red rose. Eventually, she found Natasha, who would reveal that Rudolph had been alive the entire time. She revealed that they both had an ancient blood virus, granting them eternal youth and life. They gained vampiric speed and strength. To sustain themselves, they had to feed on fresh human blood. She planned to run away with Rudy and Natasha, but James heard this, and he wasn't happy about it. He trapped Rudolph and Natasha in the hotel without Elizabeth knowing, and that left Elizabeth with no choice but to stay with him until he eventually killed himself. Eventually, she collected children as livestock to keep a fresh source of blood. Throughout the course of the show, her have relationships with characters like Donovan, Ramona, and Tristan, and her relationships with those people all started as a sexual thing, and she ended up catching feelings for him. She ended up screwing Ramona over when Ramona wanted to be with her forever, but then Ramona ended up, getting her fame and finding someone that she fell in love with. She fell in love with a man. And Elizabeth ended up killing that man because she was pretty pissed that she turned Ramona into a vampire and Ramona was leaving her for this man. So she killed her man. And Ramona was not happy about this. She wanted revenge. And she turned Donovan and Tristan out of lust, of course. She ended up tossing away Donovan for Tristan. But after Tristan died, she accepted Donovan back. Then she comes to find out that James actually trapped Rudy and Natasha inside the hotel once she planned on remarrying someone, and they started having renovations done to the hotel. They knocked out a wing that revealed two monstrous creatures inside of it, which was later revealed to be Rudolph and Natasha. They had been there for so long they had became not like themselves, but they were immortal, so they couldn't die. So after they got out and fed a little bit, they became themselves again, and it was in the plans for Natasha to come and live at the hotel. But as soon as she arrived at the hotel, Elizabeth killed her so that she could just be with Rudy. After she killed Natasha, she found out that Donovan had killed Rudy. I'm gonna be real honest with you. For these to be vampires, they are very easily killed because near the end, Iris and I think it was Iris and somebody. I know Iris was involved. They both run in shooting at Elizabeth and Donovan and end up killing Donovan from this. And Elizabeth ends up Elizabeth gets saved by Sally. Sally ends up saving Elizabeth, nursing her back to health, giving her blood from her children and all that good stuff in exchange for her coercing John back to the hotel so that she wouldn't be alone forever. Eventually, Elizabeth does die and she becomes a ghost of the hotel just like everyone else. And she goes to the murder night. It's not murder night, but they have a monthly dinner with a bunch of killers and all that's died at Hotel Cortez. All the ghosts come back and have one dinner collectively. James finds out that she isn't the one that directed the police towards him. It was actually one of his servants that did it. He forgives the Countess, and the Countess is also the one that was responsible for Liz Taylor coming out as a transgender woman. I forgot what time period it was. I think it was in the 70s. But yeah, and eventually Liz Taylor wanted to die in the hotel so that she could forever be with the other members or the other tenants of the hotel. And the Countess was the one to give Liz this sweet release of death. And at the end of the show, we last see the Countess. She's flirting with someone, of course, because that's what the Countess does. But it's within the walls of Hotel Cortez. Alright guys, this is going to be it for this video. I just want to talk about my favorite character in all of American Horror Story. With that being said, y'all stay cool.
got the moments where I'm moody. Y'all was judging me like Judy. Base my story off like Rudy's. Push your statement off like cooties. Talking about a rapping god. I hear the beast and hear a beauty. That's a plot, now here's a twist.